it's your girl, MsKickRocks.
What's going on? It's Kelly Mac, aka Mr. Schmacky McGlitty. What's going on, man? Welcome to Difference of Opinion.
Okay.
Hey, you know what I mean? Come on, first episode.
Hey, let's get it.
Yeah, straight like that. Yeah.
So we want to welcome y'all to the show. Ultimately, the reason why me and Kelly came together because this is my bro, yo. I've known you for what, like three years now?
Yeah. Dang, time jump. Like, yo.
It's crazy.
Quick. Yeah, but yeah, sis, bro. What's up, man?
Man, we came together because we feel like we're two like-minded people, but yet we still have very different opinions from the masses.
Yeah, very different. I mean, you know, never the status quo. You know, we just go. And the flow. So
each week we're going to be coming to you guys. We're going to run down the current events, current topics, controversial, non-controversial, uplifting for our community as well. And we're basically going to give our spin on our take on what's going on in the world.
Yeah, from our view, from our minds, and the difference thereof.
So first what we're going to start is with the Soulja Boy Breakfast Club interview. Now this has been like literally all over the internet.
All over. Who can't stop talking about it? I mean, I don't know. He made me a fan. I don't know. It's not that I wasn't a fan of Soulja Boy before, but I don't know. I like his character.
I can't disagree with you. I watched every single minute of the whole interview today while I was cooking, and this guy is a clown.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and when I say a clown, I mean that in like the best way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Fact.
He's a freaking character.
Yeah.
Personally, when Soulja Boy came out 10 years ago, I was just at that point in my life where I was already in college. That just wasn't the type of music.
Right.
Kiss Me Through the Phone, that just wasn't the type of music that we was on. We was on Jeezy and T.I. and
Ross.
Correct. So I kind of missed that wave. I wasn't with the antics. The whole whiteout on his sunglasses, like
it
was just too much for me.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't. But I mean, at that point, Atlanta was just popping.
Yeah, now you cannot deny that.
It just, I remember people doing the pool palace. Oh, what? Yeah, and dances was in, man. He kind of helped solidify the way that the bars were no longer available to those who wanted to listen. Unless you just listen to, T.I., which, took over for the soul, and Luda. But, just people was just listening to club music, dance music, whatever's going to get me hyped.
Correct.
Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, they, like Soulja Boy said, they said he killed hip-hop, man. Lil Jon and the East Side Boys killed hip-hop.
I mean, at the same time, like, I can't lie, like, I was in college during then, so that shit, like, cranked. White clubs, black clubs, frat houses, like, no matter where you went, Lil Jon was, like, playing. It's kind of like Pitbull, Flow Rider. Everybody went on that international wave, but...
I was in the Philippines, and that's what they were playing in the clubs. It was Pitbull, Lil Jon, shots. Yeah. So, I mean, that's where the money is.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be mad at it. I mean... I will say that watching his interview, it definitely like made me respect him a lot more. Right. I definitely feel like he out here hustling. Yeah. He out here trying to do the right thing. He's trying to be honest and be a man about his. So I think that's respectable because I did not have that perception of him initially when his pants were down to his knees. Right. And he had the white out on his glasses. I just was like, come on, get out of here. This super big, like, cereal box of a pendant or a chain. Like.
But I mean, that's what them franchise boys, in my white tee. I mean, that was the whole t-shirt. I mean, it was just a product of the wave, I think. But what I will say, I agree with you. I think, especially since, Charlemagne is such the troll that he is, man. And
Gotta love Charlemagne.
He just kept just being sly towards Soulja. I think he just handled himself well. Like, I don't know. But I did see the joint on the Everyday Struggle one too.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. But he was a little bit more hype on that joint. He was a little bit, him and Academics was going ham, back and forth. I think, because he pretty much said the same stuff that he said and the Breakfast Club, you know, that he pretty much was the godfather of, you know what I mean, the new wave. You know what
I mean, you know, he did bring in the whole dancing era. He brought back the fun into Atlanta music is how I feel about it. You know, when you go back and I look back, because 10 years ago, I'm like, shit, I'm getting old. Like, 10 years ago, he did bring the fun back and all of this stuff. I mean, where would Ray Shrimmer and people like that be with the whole, like, just fun, dancing, you know, not having to be so hard and only rap about, you know, banging and trapping and
to his point, I didn't really realize that he had been a part of so many of those new artists' lives, or, you know, like he was talking about Famous Dex or the Migos, how he got put on. I mean, they linked up because of a beat that was for the Versace joint. I mean, he just shed light on a lot of stuff that I ain't really know. So, I mean, I don't know.
Oh, well, what really stood out to me, he was like, with the whole beef with the Migos, he was like, man, y'all know Zaytoven sent beats to everybody. He sent the same beats to everybody. I'm like, damn, Zaytoven about his paper. Like,
hey, I mean, but Zay on the run.
I need that deposit.
Facts. You know what I mean? All comers. You know what I mean? I ain't playing around. You know, whoever can get it is gonna get it. So that's dope.
But one thing I will say is I really want there to be more young men like Soulja Boy in the sense that I feel like he owned his.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these situations have occurred and he's really owned his shit and been like, look, you know what I'm saying? This was a situation. I liked her picture.
Facts.
I ain't know it was gonna be all that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But this is what it was. This is what it was with the Migos. I flew these jokers out here, blah, blah, blah. Right. And I think he, like, try to, like, show love and all of that. So, I mean, overall, I am, you know, I'm an advocate for him now. And I'm interested in seeing more. Like, I forgot all of this shit. The nigga shot somebody.
Yeah, I mean,
breaking in his crib,
I forgot these things.
This dude is like a superhero. Like,
he got in the mudslide.
I saved everyone. I climbed through the sun. He like sensationalized this shit. I'm like, okay.
I got in it, and he tripped me out. He was like, but it was up to my belly button.
But I ran through the water. Have you ever tried to run through the water? I've gone to water aerobics, son. Yeah. That's not easy.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's why you wade in the water.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like running through the water. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right.
I think he kind of exaggerates a little bit.
But I mean, I don't know, but he seems sincere though. He seems genuine, and I guess that's the biggest thing that I respect, especially when he talked about, you know, when they asked him about the whole suicide thing. You know, and talking about mental illnesses and depression, you can just kind of see the maturity in that it wasn't something that was lighthearted, and it is a lot of stuff that we as a black community are either just starting to realize or acknowledge, I should say, but we've been dealing with mental illness since we came to this country. I mean, think about it. You seeing stuff, you know, back then it's just crazy. I mean, we've seen a lot. We've been exposed to a lot. So, you know, we as a culture, as a people.
I think what makes it so tough is that, you know, you have the internet now. So it's just, you know, before it's like these things happen, but then people don't talk about it. You know, there's these injustices, but the word doesn't really travel like that.
Right.
You know, you don't have to, it's not reposted and posted and reposted over and over again every time you turn on the TV, you know, and then you've got these media outlets, you know, who are funded by the bad guys, ultimately, you know, who are pumping a different message. And that kind of makes it scary, you know, but it's really cool to see that, you know, he did help pioneer, you know, being the first ever artist on YouTube.
Right. Yeah.
Like, there's a lot that he's done.
I remember putting in somebody else's song and Soulja Boy's song coming up. Like, you know what I mean? Booty beat. Like, It just was like, yeah, I mean, he was, you know, that was on LimeWire. Oh my God, you know how many viruses I put on my dad's computer? Yo! Download just buku music, man. But yeah, I mean, you're right.
Piracy.
Yeah.
Going to jail now.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Statute of limitations.
I admit it.
Oh, no. Not this episode.
Yeah, all right.
We not this episode.
Not this one. So, yeah. All right. So,
I need to pray for a moment. Meditate.
Because that joint
center myself.
That joint has been hot to try. You know what I mean? This week too. But we're not gonna get on that. We're not gonna get on that. Maybe I gotta look more into it. But the flex on Kanye that Soulja had about him being flyer than Kanye. He also said Drake stole his line off of "Kiss Me Through the Phone." I was like, whoa! Like these are some. Doug, tell me.
That's real talk though.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, he talking about so he made Drake. I'm like, ooh.
Listen, hey, the one thing I respect about Soulja is that he had all the receipts to back up everything he said from the most Like when he was spitting that Drake verse,
right? Yeah,
if you listen, it's an old Soulja Boy verse.
Yeah.
With the same, well, not the verse, but with the same.
Tell me what's really going.
Soulja spit that. Verse.
Yeah, he did. Okay, like everybody does it though. Yes, but like you really gonna try to like take credit for Drake when Drake done like.
But typically when
has Drake sold more records than Soulja Boy?
Most likely.
Yeah, I would be.
I don't want to be misquoting out here in the internet streets.
And appalled if you know what I mean. Soulja Boy is anywhere in the. Now maybe he's grossed more because he was smart about his business. Maybe I don't know.
But I think that's the cool thing about Soulja Boy.
Yeah, he was
from
smart.
the time he got into the business up until now, he's been nothing but smart about the way he makes his money.
He's $7 million the first year.
Yeah, come on. I mean, according to him, he made $1 million this past week. I don't know how accurate that shit is. With the Soulja Boy video game, the console. You know what I mean? The watch.
Yeah,
he's making it move out here.
Which I respect. He's an entrepreneur. You know, so I mean,
that's why I thought the dumbest shit ever said was on Everyday Struggle by Nadessa. And she said, "Why do you have so many businesses?" That nigga was like, "Why don't you have so many businesses? Like, what you doing?" You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
sound dumb.
Yeah, I mean that's the small mindedness of the status quo. That just why not have? Why wouldn't I want more business, more flows of income? I mean that's a whole other subject.
Well, again, that's one of the subjects he spoke about though. Remember he spoke about the fact that not too many people, not black people who go into entrepreneurship.
Right.
When the same people that make the white person, the white man's equipment or the Chinese man equipment, it's the same equipment. It's the same people that make his equipment.
Right.
And yet he's being knocked for it. Because everybody was trying to clown him.
Because people ignorant. We all know that it's crabs in a barrel.
Right. Yeah.
The first one to do it. Everybody always laughs at the first one to do it.
Oh yeah.
Until you finesse it, then they watch quietly. They don't give you any props, and then they go imitate what you do.
Right, and that's what he said.
That's the name of their game.
Yeah, that's what he said. I mean, he did take a lot of shots. I remember that whole IC joint, calling him pretty much saying hip hop is dead. And he was right. He said he rebranded it. He made it available digitally. So I think that's like I said, hearing this interview has now changed not that I had any particular type of prejudice or thought about who he really was, but I mean, you just see the antics, and just kind of be like, okay, all right, Soulja Boy is a boy, little boy. I mean, he just stuck at that stage, you know what I mean? But, you can obviously tell he's mature. He's gone through a lot of life experiences that I think kind of sets things in priority. He talked about jail, you know what I mean? Like, he felt bad for 6ix9ine, you know what I mean? Because that's not a place nobody wants to go. How
long did he go to jail?
I don't think.
6ix9ine, he's still on trial.
No, Soulja Boy.
No, Soulja didn't go to jail. They just brought that up.
No, that's what he said. He said he got caught with the Draco, and he was in jail.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Soulja went to jail.
Yeah, that's what Soulja was saying. That's why I say he could relate, and he felt bad for 6ix9ine. Because he was there at one point, you know what I mean? People asking him if he was a blood or if he was Crip, you know what I mean? I was surprised that he said something about him being from Compton. Yeah, Bompton. Yeah, Bompton. I'm from Bompton. Yeah.
I don't think so. Like for real, I think he just feel like he affiliated, so that can be my hood too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you the nigga in your hood and I roll out there with you now, I'm the bitch in your hood. I can roll, that's my hood too.
Facts, yeah.
Because Kelly my people.
Yeah,
so
like that.
I'm from Bompton and I'm from Memphis or wherever the fuck in Atlanta and all that.
Wherever I'm welcome.
Right. All y'all
wherever I'm at.
Yeah, I got multiple houses. Yeah, super fast. That's real.
I don't know, but one thing I will say is that I'm not trying to necessarily throw no shade. And I'm glad that he has progressed and he's doing a lot of positive things, but I don't feel like I believe him in that he was being 100% transparent about Cat Stacks and the Tylenol crushed up and not doing no coke. And because I think I remember watching Love and Hip Hop when him and that Teddy Riley's daughter was on there, and I feel like he was acting real cokish.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion, though.
His headband indicates that. Real talk.
That shit was loosey goosey, wasn't it?
It's loose. And it's dirty. Like Soulja, if you just washed it, bro.
It lost his form. He
Right.
sit it on the mannequin. Let it dry.
Nothing.
Yeah,
Just go get a new one. You got all the money, fam. You should have multiple Gucci joints.
in his or in my defense, or whose ever defense, I don't know what it's supposed to look like. He the only one I've seen it with. So
that shit is dirty, fam.
It did look used.
You know how like when you
but
you know how like when your socks be old and loose and they don't stay up no more. That's how that shit look. That shit loosey goosey, bro. Like a rubber band with no snapback.
Right. The shoes you kick your feet into, so the back broke down. You know what I mean? You take them to the trash.
Oh
no.
Oh, the mules.
Yeah.
the sneakers that you done converted into mules.
That's the t-shirt that got the wavy collar.
Ooh, oodles and noodles.
Yeah.
So what else we got, Kels?
All right. So we also wanted to talk about Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade just had their new baby.
I know. That's
It's
awesome.
a beautiful thing.
Go them.
Yeah, facts.
Yay, black love.
Yeah, straight up.
If you're not booed up, sorry. Good luck though. It's 2019.
Yeah, anything can happen at this point. We got a lot of time ahead of us. You know what I mean? But one of the biggest things that was surrounded to talk about this baby is that it was through a surrogate mother. So there's a lot of people's opinions on how you should be able to bring a child forth, or just their own opinions on it. So how do you feel about, would you be a surrogate mother, or what do you feel about, is it surrogation?
I like that. I like it. I'm gonna
surrogation.
I'm gonna make sure it's a word before I put it in my repertoire though. Being a work meeting, because the surrogation and whatnot.
Yeah, I don't even want to do that to you. So
but
verify by the time we edit this.
No, but like I think people crazy as hell.
Right.
Why do you care?
Right.
This girl has openly, publicized that she's had issues upon issues conceiving a child naturally.
Right.
And she still wants to have the ability to become a mother. Like, who is anyone to question that?
Absolutely.
I'm a mom myself.
Right.
And there's no greater gift in the world. I'm sure you feel the same way about being a father, right?
Absolutely.
So who is someone else to say,
right.
because you can't carry a child yourself, that if you have the means to be able to afford and have somebody to agree to do that for you, what's the issue?
I agree. Especially in such a case, not that she had to have medical reasons, I believe, to have a surrogate mother, but in her case, and especially since this was her first child, Dwayne Wade has, buku kids already. However, this was her first. And so to be trying, I think, what I read was she openly talks about having 7 to 8 miscarriages. And I'm sure that's just tough. Tough on a woman's body, her mental, just.
And yet she was in the limelight the entire time.
Right.
And that's hard too, because it's not just that she's black.
Right.
It's not that she's a female, but she's also famous. I'm pretty sure that her and D Wade have some issues with infidelity in their relationship. And she goes through all of that with internet trolls and people like Charlotte McGay, the God. like.
No, what Soulja say? Charlotte. You funny, Charlotte.
Come on, Charlotte.
Come on, Charlotte.
Yeah, I just feel like people. It's just a classic case of mind your fucking business. How about that?
Yeah. Too many people don't know what that looks like or sounds like. I mean, but I don't. Like I said, I don't think it bothers me. You know, I think if it's like adoption. I don't mind adoption either.
Me either.
You know, if it was a situation where, you know, me and whoever my wife happens to be, you know, can't have children, then I would adopt. I mean, somebody need a parent, you know, and I don't know, man. Hats off to them. Hats off to the Wade family.
Yeah, congratulations to them.
Facts. Super congrats.
One thing I will say though is you got to be careful out here in these American streets, people. With these test tube babies and all this extra shit we be out here doing. Like, people be freezing their eggs and doing all that shit. And I'm like, I feel the same way, right? I want to stay over here and I want to mind my own fucking business, okay? You know, I'm not mad. I'm like, you know, somebody said something about a 36-year-old woman. I said, oh, he got an old lady. And I'm like, wait, bitch, you almost 36. I just referred to a Colombian 36-year-old lady. Oh, he got an old Colombian lady. Wait, bitch, you are not far off. You understand? So I'm like thinking like, dang, I do want to have more kids, but I want to, you know, get married and, you know, I want to time my stuff out properly this time, you know what I mean? And I'm thinking like it's not necessarily a bad idea. I know our insurance at my job covers it, you know, and it's affordable nowadays with health care flex spending accounts and stuff like that. It's not necessarily a bad idea, but I'm like, in this day and age, with Donald Trump being our president, I don't want them out here cloning no little me's.
and that's the thing, man. It's just, I don't know, man. I'm all for knowledge, man, but there's just some evil people out here that knowledge get in the wrong hands, man. They just want to do everything. Like, there's just some things, you know, I love the simplicity of, you know, a natural birth. You know, just how beautiful in that reproduction process that is. I don't want people clone. Like, that's just going above and beyond. Like, did you see the movie, oh man, it was some time ago, but people were pretty much, it was like an insurance claim.
Excuse me.
What happened?
You just said it's a natural birth is just so beautiful to you.
Right.
And I'm mortified. Because I had a baby. Ain't nothing damn beautiful or it's nothing nice about it. I literally just had like a moment of anxiety just thinking about childbirth and being pregnant again. I want to do it, sure, but I'm still scared shitless of it.
Just because it's painful doesn't make it less beautiful.
Because you don't have to have a baby.
I mean,
she's got a point on that one.
But you are built like that. Yeah, I mean, if you right. I'm not.
No, that shit changes you. I'm not built to stay the way I used to be built. This gut never snapped all the way back, baby.
But I can guarantee you ain't got no problems about it, though.
Whatever.
Facts. Okay, then.
All right.
Okay.
Now, anyway, you know we got to talk about today.
Look, man. That's something else, man. As much, and I'm sure, well, I don't know, because, you know, never know. All this surgery. So we was having this conversation about men and fake hair pieces. Right?
Scary.
I know this is all talk.
Sorcery.
But everything about a woman can be almost fake. Eyelashes, hair,
y'all using the
eyebrows,
terminology.
Huh?
It's enhancement.
Okay, but yeah, and I'm rocking with enhancement because you know some people
keep
don't
naming them.
bald.
Keep naming them. Say
you
you said eyelashes.
Yeah.
What else?
Eyebrows. Yeah, I mean drawn on. Yeah, I mean not yours, but you know those are very nice. But you know what I mean, butts, breasts. You know, just it all can be modified. Nails, toenails. You know what I mean, but if a man can't get no little hair piece, you know what I mean, he fake.
You want one?
No, I you know, I'm Gucci. But no, I'm just saying because they were dragging the man. Like, I mean, this man probably got confidence issues because he's been bald and he want to look like himself.
I'm not against it. No. You have to understand. I'm not against it. I'm still terrified. Okay? Them shits look really good. Like, I done seen some dudes that went from Gramp.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Gramp.
Yeah.
To, hey, babe, real quick with the little lace frontal. I mean, they just look so legit. It's scary.
But what have we been dealing with forever?
I don't know, because this is me.
There's an exception to every rule, Britt, and you are definitely that exception.
I don't know. I'm scared. Like,
however,
can he go swimming with that? Like, what if we go on vacation and you know what I'm saying? We out on an excursion and we out swimming with the dolphins and next thing you know what I'm saying? This nigga come back and it's just flip. He just like, what? What am I gonna do with that? I gotta spend the whole rest of the Jamaica trip with this nigga?
I mean, I'm sure just like he probably got a glue set or something,
I hope so.
So he can
nail glue that junk back down.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying. I think we went horribly wrong with Beijing. Because I haven't seen a natural look to Beijing for anybody. Like, it just looks bad. It don't look like hair. It just look. I don't know. Anyway. All right. So what else we got, Dub?
North Carolina man who knocked out that 12-year-old girl.
Oh man.
At the mall.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it.
Yeah, that was a tough one because you had some people siding with the dude, as in the sense he was, it was self-defense. There was a lot of teenage girls around him at the time,
right? And
he was trying to protect his family, and then of course,
was he trying to protect his family?
That's the backstory.
So yeah, let's talk about the story, and if you haven't seen this video, please.
We'll put a link down below.
Yeah, put a link down where you can look at this video. However, if you're too lazy to hit the link, we're going to talk about it. So this gigantic man that looks like Lex Luger.
A refrigerator, the old white refrigerators.
Yeah, I mean he definitely looks very broad. He's just a very stout man.
He's a white man too.
Yeah. All right, so he's in a crowd of women. It almost looks like it's a dance circle. You know what I mean? And
be specific. Young.
Okay. Yeah. He's.
Young preteen, young teenage.
I could care less about the color. However, we're going to bring up the color. But, all right, so a large white man is in the crowd of several black teenagers, women. All right. They are surrounding him and almost it's like bantering, talking. And he shoves one of the girls out of the way. And as she recuperates from the large pushback, she charges and he immediately mollywops her and she is now unconscious. Or so we think to be unconscious on the ground. The crowd then disperses and that's the video. Now the backstory we have, I guess, gathered from social media is that there was an altercation.
And fake news also.
There was an altercation between his daughter, and some of these girls from school. These girls had found the daughter and the mother shopping at a mall and pretty much prepared to jump whoever, I guess, got in the way. To the point where they now had to call her dad or the wife's husband, who is the gentleman in this video, and he's pretty much trying to get presumably getting his wife and daughter to the car safely without getting attacked. And he did get charged with a misdemeanor. Misdemeanor on an assault.
On a minor.
On a minor. But
11-year-old.
Well, they started to say she was 12, and then once he got charged, they bumped down the age to 11.
She was 11.
That's what they said.
Those are some big 11-year-olds.
11.
They also said that he
what's in the water?
2 other girls, but that wasn't caught on film.
I mean, I'm sure he had. I mean, I know my peoples. If you get one of them, somebody else will jump on you. You know what I mean? So if my sister went down, well, I don't know. That dude was big. You know what I mean?
He knocked her out.
The way she went down, I can understand him not wanting to
right, yeah, I agree. But I mean, but he also didn't seem the type, at least from the video, that he just wanted to haul off and hit all of them. I mean, he kind of was just looking around like, you know, when the video comes in, you see him getting pushed in the back. And then he just kind of looked, I mean, all of a sudden one get a little too close, I mean?
Oh, see, I didn't even see all that. I didn't see him get pushed.
Yeah, see, as soon as the video come on, boom, somebody pushed him in the back. He turned around kind of looking, all right, and then all of a sudden just want to get close and he just pushed out the way. Now, all right, so now that you know the backstory, my responsibility is to protect my own. Like, you know, if it's escalated to the point where I had to be called to come and get my daughter and my wife out of the mall, because 15 kids that looking at the video, they don't look 11. Yeah, I mean, like, it's just, I think, I want to start off saying, cops should have been called, period. It should have been some type of, before this even got to the point, authority should have been called, if it got escalated to that point. You know what I mean? But if I had to be called to come escort my wife and daughter out to the car because 15 women want to beat them up, jump them, I mean, sure, yeah, throw them out the way if that's the excuse you want to say. If she charged, throw them out the way. But I ain't mad at him. He's still wrong because, yeah, you bigger than everybody else. But I'm not necessarily mad at the man for him. Like, D.L. Hughley want to come send the town after him. Yeah, I mean, lynch mob him. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I came from a time where you respected adults, especially if you're a kid. You're an 11-year-old kid. You know what I mean? As soon as the mom came out, we stopped. You know what I mean? Like, I remember getting fights in the neighborhood and moms come out. You just stop. You stop. All right, break it up. Not only you threaten the daughter, but you threaten the mom. And then the dad come out and he big as crap. I mean, like I said, he looked like Andre the Giant.
I just don't know if I can believe the whole story. I don't know. Right. You know, like that's the whole thing that I have an issue with, because at first, the stories that I read initially didn't say that. You know, they said that, you know, there was an altercation. You know, it wasn't clear if he was related to the people that he was trying to stick up for. What else did it say?
Yeah, and that's the rough part about all this.
Oh, that was the angle. The angle was that he suffers from PTSD. But they don't say why. They don't say that he's a previous Marine or, you know, police officer or anything like that. He just suffers from this blanket disorder, you know, that we're gonna label him as sick. And I just feel like that's what always happens. When stuff happens and somebody goes and they shoot some stuff up, they go kill some people for no reason. They do one or two things. They either label them as sick, or they affiliate them to be with a brown woman. And that's what they put in the news report. So then now the shade is not necessarily all on him, it's just on his motive, because he's got this brown woman that he's been running around with. Like the shooter that shot the people from his room in Vegas. Y'all remember that?
They say he was running with a woman too?
They say he was running with a black woman?
No, it wasn't a black woman. She was Filipino. What the fuck? I mean,
okay.
You know, like they always do that. You know, it doesn't surprise me, and that's the problem that I have. I definitely don't. You know, hearing you give more details, I definitely feel you. You know, I definitely can't knock, you know, wanting to stand up and be there. Right. But at a certain point, like, you a grown-ass man and you've been big as shit for a long time, bruh. So you gotta know your strength. And there's a lot of shit that you could have did. You know what I'm saying? I know, because I feel like I was a feisty little girl. You know what I'm saying? And, like, who knows? Like, what if they said something racial? Right. When he came up there and like, y'all little niggas better, you know what I'm saying? Y'all little nigga bitches better sit down somewhere. And they was like, nah, fuck that. And that's why all 15 of them wanted to jump on. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know that. And I could see that, you know, especially as black women, because we just go through a lot. And there's a lot of stuff that goes on, you know, in and out of the households that make us feel less than worthy, beautiful, like we have a voice, a place in society. So I think now, like, especially us younger people, especially those younger than me, they just kind of getting like Fuck that. We're mad. We see this shit all the time on Instagram.
Right.
And now 10 and 11-year-olds have Instagrams.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so they're just woke to this. They can read this shit. They know how to Google. They know how to read this shit. They can comprehend. Mm-hmm. You know, and I think that's the issue. And his use of force was excessive as fuck. Because I was like that, and my dad shut my ass down several times.
Right.
But he never knocked me out cold.
Right. But that's your dad. You know what I mean? Like, I think as I got a lot of friends, well, I don't even say a lot of friends now, but I knew a lot of people growing up that were just firecrackers. You know what I mean? Just anything can set them off. And I think everybody, as you stated, has their own reasons and mental illnesses. My whole thing with the mental illness is that it's always attributed to white people. Like, you know, when these mass murders happen or when something goes down and it's the suspect is white, it's always a troubled past, meaning mental disorder. So you almost have a sense of empathy or sympathy for the person.
Correct.
The truth of the matter is everybody has a terrible past in some sense, or something tragic has happened in their life, and you are one of the blessed if you have never had anything traumatic happen to you. And so if anybody snaps, I'm sure there's a reason why. I don't think the natural mind says, you know what, I want to kill an individual. Or the natural mind says, I want to hurt an individual. And if that natural mind does say that in your case, it's probably because something traumatic has already happened to you. Like, you know, again, we're not going to talk about the aura, but yeah, I mean, obviously something traumatic has happened in his life to where he thinks the way that he thinks. I think, you know, he's already in the guy from North Carolina. He's already in this high intense situation. He's faced with 15 girls. Yeah, I mean, whatever age they happen to be. Yeah, I mean, and my sister used to keep blades under her tongue, like, you know. I don't know, just because you never know what you're going to get into, especially as a woman, you know. But
you feel like you would have did that in that situation? You would have knocked somebody out like that?
I'm going to say no, but...
Snatched the hell up out of somebody, shook the hell out of somebody. I mean, absolutely. Yeah, my dad used to shake the shit out of me.
And that's the thing, like, we don't know how people were raised. Like, you know what I mean? How I handle something is completely different how his man could handle something. But I don't know how he was raised. You know what I mean?
It's still wrong. Like,
oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not saying that he wrong, but I also want to say they just as wrong. Ain't no way, man. Where did the respect for unless, of course, he was just straight up disrespectful to the point where now you feel like as a woman, a little bitty 11-year-old, you got to go face this Andre the Giant like you David. You know what I mean? Unless he just said something blatantly disrespectful to make you go like that, there's got to be a level of respect, man. Like,
but why is it not in question?
Why is what not in question?
That something like that could have possibly happened.
But why? I think it's because we're black.
Because black people are inherently bad. Black people are inherently dumb. Black people are inherently violent. That's what white people think.
Right, and I agree. That is what the majority of people think. But again, that's because that's what we praise. We glorify. You know what I mean? We glorify the violence. You know what I mean? That's our culture. All right, we put on display.
Whoa. That's not the only motherfucking culture that glorify that shit. White people culture glorify that shit too.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not saying that violence.
White people culture fuck animals and shit.
Agreed.
Anything goes in white people culture, nigga.
Straight up. I mean, and like I said, and I don't mean to excuse anybody because violence is there with anybody. However, it's just from hip hop, we glorify that street life. We glorify the fact that we have to be tough to get out of our situation. We gotta be fuck y'all to get out of our environment. That's what we raised on. You know what I mean? And it's just when you project that and everybody's like, yeah, that's it. Other people, and Pac said this in an interview. The same thing white people scared of, black people scared of too. Black people don't want their house kicked in. Black people don't want you know what I mean, guns in their face or whatever. The same type of crime, and that's from any race. The same type of crime other people are scared of, black people just as scared of. We don't all of a sudden, and again, I'm paraphrasing from Pop, just because we black don't mean that we agree with the drug dealer. Just because we black don't mean we agree with the mugger. That we trying to live like everybody else. So it's just, I think people just who don't understand us as a people, as a culture, as, you know, the struggle that we've had to go through for at this point, centuries. You know what I mean? Anybody can be misinterpreted when you don't understand. You know what I mean? And it's just that, again, that man being in that situation, sure, I think I would have handled it different, but I'm a black man. You know what I mean? I'm going to handle black girls differently, or anybody differently. You know what I mean? They're not from us.
I think that's the thing that concerned me the most is, you know, not that of course he handled it totally wrong. You know, I don't advocate putting hands on any woman, you know, but my issue is with the parents of these kids. I mean, it's a group of kids. Now, again, I'm thinking these kids are teenagers.
Right.
They're 11, 12 years old. There should be some parental guidance out there. And with all the stuff that goes on today,
right,
all the stuff that, you know, other cultures get away with when dealing with our culture,
right,
you know, you would think there'd be a lesson like, listen, you come into a situation, this is how you respond to that situation. Right. You know what I mean? Again, I don't want the girl to get knocked out, but why are you rushing this guy? A guy 10 times bigger than you got hands up like you about to handle him too.
Right, yeah.
And then you get lifted and then your whole team disperses. Everybody gone.
But y'all should have dispersed at the beginning.
Right.
It should have been like, all right, shorty, we gonna get you at another time.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, like,
and I think the argument is, you know, people are like, oh, well, nah, it don't matter, we need to go get the white guy. Or then you got some people like, oh, nah, where are the parents? I think it's a combination of both. It's where are the parents? And yeah, this white dude needs to get handled in some way. Let the law take its place.
Right.
You know what I mean? Let that happen. You know, he's already been charged. You know what I mean? Things come down the pipe for him, whatever the case might be. But our parents, our black parents, need to do a better job at teaching, especially our young daughters. What are our young daughters doing out there trying to fight a grown man? Come on, man. Stop it.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Like, and again, that's not me, you know, speaking for the white guy. You know what I mean? Something needs to happen to him, no doubt.
That's me being a black parent.
Yeah, that's just me being a black parent. If my daughter's out there, she's getting a second spanking from me. I'm going to handle him, but she's getting a spanking from me.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
You know what I mean? So, you know.
And I mean, how many people have said, yo,
I don't know.
I'll fight a child over my kid. I'll fight a child. And then when somebody do it, then it's like, oh, you've gone too far now, Beaks. Yeah, come on, man. Like, maybe we say it facetiously. Maybe we don't really mean we jack up a kid. But, I mean, apparently he was about that. You know what I mean? Apparently he like, yo, for my kid, I'll knock somebody out. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I think it's just always because there's a color difference there that the situation is automatically intensified. We can't break it down to the most basic of factors that there's a father/husband trying to protect his wife and daughter.
Well, allegedly.
Right, allegedly, yeah. If that is truly the story. Now, it could be completely false that all of this, you know.
I think that it's just like, you know, I get it. You know, I don't, as a parent, I don't disagree with nothing that you guys are saying, but I think that the reason why you hear so many people talking about it and feeling offended is because it's just a series of events where it's like, who is taking up for the black girl, you know? When, like, this R. Kelly shit has been on, you know, it's been nonstop, and it's been for years. I mean, I was literally my daughter's age when R. Kelly stuff started popping. Right. I've been listening to it literally almost my whole fucking life. And I remember hearing the rumors about Aaliyah, and I remember hearing these things in the sex tape, and then it would just go away, and he keep making songs, and I'm still bopping to him. I don't get it. Everybody else is bopping to it. I don't really get it. And I think it just came out now, and it's just so much overwhelming evidence and so many testimonies that people are like fucking angry and disgusted. Like, why nobody took care and protected these black girls? Because we all know that if they were Caucasian, that this would have never happened. It would have never gone on down like this. And if so, they would have literally tried to have this man's life.
Yeah, I mean, to be completely fair, I didn't watch the Surviving the R, but yeah, man, I'm it's to a point where it's like parenting has to kick in at some point, and we have to protect our own from people who are predators. You know what I mean? And for whatever reason, you know, our sins are just passed down from one generation to the next. You know what I mean? And where was his protection? You know what I mean? When he was a kid, who was protecting him? You know what I mean? When he was being molested, when he was being, you know, and again, I'm not sticking up for him, but I'm just saying everybody has a story. Sin has been passed down. And it's like...
Yeah, but I just, like, I get it, bro. Okay. I feel like, all right, you was young. You know what I'm saying? You still don't really get it. You now famous.
Right.
So now you still doing a little dumb shit when you 20-something, you 25, and you dealing with these young girls. But then when nigga, you 30 and shit, and you peeing on people, and niggas is catching on.
Right.
You just don't chill.
Right. But Disney been doing it too. I mean, when we all go and look up them Disney videos, and it's all them damn penises in random spots. Yeah, I mean, like, yo.
Penises in random spots?
Yeah, what? On the Little Mermaid when they was getting married and the priest had his dick hard? Like,
nah.
Bro, what? Yeah, I'm telling you, man, Disney got all these subliminal things. Yo, I dare you and implore you to watch a YouTube video on hidden messages in Disney films. But he was a pervert. Like, and I guarantee you, if we uncover everybody's truth, we couldn't like nobody. You know what I mean? Elvis married to a little 14-year-old girl. You know what I mean? Can't like you, Elvis. You know what I mean? Allegedly, well, I don't know. Some people say it happened. MLK cheated on Coretta Scott King.
I just think cheating is way different than pedophilia.
I mean, facts. I agree. I agree. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying that it could be.
MLK could have had hella bitches. He stood up for my rights, nigga. Like if Coretta Scott King wasn't, doing what she needed to be doing, then that's on them. I don't want Barack to cheat on Michelle. I'm gonna be hot with him. I might try to ride out with her. But nonetheless, we need him. I love him. And it's not changing nothing. But if I found out Barack touched Malia and Sasha, I'm gonna ride out on his ass again. Period. I'm just not with that. I ain't with that fuck shit.
Yeah, that's right.
We definitely don't support no pedophilia.
Done. Done.
But like I've been saying this for years, man. We just and I would hope that it's a struggle for him. I would hope that he struggles with the fact that he likes little girls.
Nah.
Like
at this point, it's just what he does, bro. It can't be.
It is just what he does. But I mean, I would hope that he doesn't. Like, I mean, sure, obviously he enjoys it, but I'm just saying, like, I hope he's, like, kicking himself in the ass. Like, man, I wish I could get this together. You know what I mean? But I guess that's not really the case. Well, I don't know about that. It's just...
weird.
It's crazy. Yeah, well, look, man, we talked a lot today. We got a lot for this first episode, Brett.
Well,
a lot.
I need to go, again, meditate, because we ended this shit on R. Kelly, and I'm just... hurt. It's late in the evening. I'm gonna have nightmares now. Thank you. Thanks. About childbirth and R. Kelly.
Yeah.
This is a difference of opinion.